IMF, I said this yesterday, they reiterated IMF, or Monday, I'm sorry, the warning was about the Greek debt. And the IMF says, Christine Lagarde, director of the IMF, says the Greek talks are not anywhere they need to be. They need to get stronger. And one of the things that has to happen, listen to this, Greece needs to make reforms. Well, I guess people like Christine Lagarde and others, I don't know. Maybe everybody, maybe I'm, they just think everybody's stupid, I guess, or has a memory, so short. But my memory, at least when it comes to these kinds of issues, is pretty long. And the very first bailout that they did for Greece, they said reforms have to be made. The second bailout, they said, we have to hold them accountable. They're not making reforms. We shouldn't give them any. The third bailout, we shouldn't give them any money. They're not holding to the reforms. They've got to make more cuts, and they're not doing it. Fourth bailout, they didn't hold to their budget that they said they were going to hold to. They're not doing it. They need to reform. They need to change it before we give them out. More bailouts to come, and it's going to go on and on and on as they continue to throw money down this rat hole while GDP in Greece hasn't budged. It's insanity. And you don't have a workforce. You got a workforce that's retiring at 55 and on the government dime. So your productivity level is not the greatest, to say the least. And nothing's changing. Well, they got to get GDP up. What GDP? What GDP? I mean, tourism has come back a little bit. That's helped them. But they don't, you got to understand, it's like Saudi Arabia, all they have is oil. Greece primarily has tourism. Anyway, I don't know what concessions. The IMF is looking for concessions from all the people that lend them money to say, look, we got to give them some slack on the debt. So let me just remind all of you. The problem with Greece was insurmountable debt. So there's only one thing you can do, right? Lend them more money and let them get in more debt. So now they got more debt. Then they lend them more money because they can't pay the interest on the more debt that they have. So they got to give them more money to pay the interest on the debt. And now they have more debt. Well, that's not working because they still can't pay the interest. As a matter of fact, they're even having a harder time paying the interest now because they got their old debt and 2 rounds of new debt. They can't pay the interest anymore. We got to give them concessions. They give them concessions by either postponing or giving them more money so that they have more debt. Yes, this is the description of insanity.